Hi, welcome back to another episode of Focus on Arts. I am Patrick Van Slyke. I'm your host for today. And today we have a very special guest, one of my good friends, Ernie Branch. Ernie, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
And it came as a surprise when the person that had introduced us told me that you were a musician. I always knew you as the drywall guy. So it's a joy for me to have you here with us, and I wanted to hear more about your experiences as a musician. When I was a child, wanted to be a rock star, and my mom got me guitar lessons, but I never stuck with it, and it's something that I've always regretted. So how did you get started?
Well, when I think back to my early influences, it was all rock and roll. I was about in the third grade, and when I heard Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis and Little Richard come out with these songs like Johnny B. Good, School Days, Trudy Fruity, and a whole lot of shaking going on, all those kind of songs, when I heard them, it did something to me. It really turned me on.
Oh.
And I just felt just alive inside when I hear the music on the radio, and that's what started the whole thing.
Sure. Now, I felt that way before as well, but I mean, I grew up with influence as well, but I just didn't have the spark. Did your parents help you with that?
They had me taking accordion lessons and stuff, but after a while I said, I want to play guitar. And so I switched over to guitar after a while.
Okay, the accordion just wasn't exciting enough?
Not for me.
Okay. So when did you start playing guitar?
Well, I would say my big influence was Dick Dale and the Deltones, and Dwayne Eddy with that surf guitar music really got me going on how the guitar sounded. And at that time I started playing and got with a surf band. And,
oh, wow.
And we played all over the San Gabriel Valley area.
Oh my gosh, and how old were you about that time?
I was 14 years old at that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long had you been playing guitar up to that point?
Up to that point, I'd been messing around a little bit for about a year and a half.
That's all?
Yeah.
Wow, so it must have come very naturally to you.
After a while, yeah.
Yeah.
I just rehearsed every day. I loved it so much, I rehearsed every day for at least an hour or more. And eventually I got the hang of things.
Oh, sure. Did you have any lessons at all, or did you just...
Never took a lesson.
Wow.
Learned it all by ear.
Oh my gosh. That's great. So you started playing with a band at around 14?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's early.
Yeah.
And where would you play?
Well, we would play at high school dances, junior high school dances, YMCA functions.
Oh, wow.
Things like that.
What was the name of your first band?
Well, the first band I ever joined was called the Viscounts.
Okay.
And then then I joined the Sultans, and eventually started my own group called Ernie and the String Busters.
Oh, wow. And how old were you about when that happened?
About 15.
Oh my gosh, you just went really fast.
Yeah, I wanted to get my own thing going.
You just burned through it.
Yeah.
So, and how did that work?
It worked out really good.
Yeah?
I really enjoyed it. We were doing a lot of Chuck Berry stuff and Rolling Stones and a lot of 50s material, songs from the 50s.
Oh, sure.
And we loved them because they were very universal. Everybody could relate to them. And
oh, yeah.
it was easy to dance to. And,
right.
So it was easy to find places to play where they wanted to hear that kind of music.
You know, even today, Chuck Berry, Johnny B. Good, it just tears me up. I mean, it's amazing. It really is amazing. It's a piece of work, isn't it?
It's timeless.
Yes, it really is. I just love it. I just love it. So how long was Ernie and String Busters?
Yes.
Okay. How long did that go on?
Well, that went on for about a year or so, and I let some new members come into the band. Mm-hmm. And eventually I got kicked out of that band and asked to leave, and it was taken over by the rest of the people in the band.
Oh.
And that was devastating to me.
Oh, I bet.
And you know, nowadays I can look back and see maybe I had a part in that. Maybe I played a little too loud. Maybe I was late for some rehearsals or whatever.
Oh, sure.
But I had a big resentment for a long time. But anyway, I was asked to leave, so I immediately got into other groups.
Oh, yeah.
I joined a band called the Honeymakers, which only lasted a few months, and then I got into a real good band, a rhythm and blues band from Tahunga, California, called the Reasons for Being.
Oh, wow.
And we had a lead singer who played harmonica just really well.
Oh,
like
my
Paul
gosh.
Butterfield, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I ran with that for a couple of years, and then I was asked to rejoin the band that I had been kicked out of, and
Oh, my gosh.
got back with them.
Oh, so you did. So you kind of let go of that resentment
Yes,
at that
I did.
point. Well,
Yes.
that's good. So you played lead guitar?
I played rhythm guitar,
Oh, you played the rhythm guitar. Okay. And backup vocals?
lead vocals.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I started out playing lead guitar when I was doing surf music, but when I went into doing the other types of music, more of the rock and roll stuff, I began to sing a lot more.
Oh.
And that's when I became the lead singer.
Oh, wow. So did you, as time progressed, I assume you played in front of bigger and bigger crowds?
Yes, we did. The group that had kicked me out signed a contract with Capitol Records.
Oh.
They were called The New Generation, and they were being produced by Nick Venet, who produced Linda Ronstadt and the Stone Ponies, and
Oh
he
my
had some
gosh.
records out and stuff. And that band eventually split up. The lead singer quit the band,
Oh.
and the album never got released.
Oh, my gosh.
They did a live album. That was September 30th, 1966.
Oh.
And he eventually quit the band, and that's when they asked me to come back in the band.
Oh, I
So
see.
I picked up where he left off.
Okay, well, let's do this. Let's leave off here, and we'll pick up when we come back. Let's take a quick break, and then I want to ask you more questions, okay?
Okay, sounds great.
So hang on with us. We're just going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with musician Ernie Branch.